Okay, I think that fixed that. Hopefully. Let's take a look here just to verify. Okay, yep. Looking good on YouTube. Let me check Twitch. Looking good on Twitch. Okay, everything looks fantastic. So, good go back. Uh, yeah. Your ground textures. Okay, so let's start off from the beginning here. There are so many logging camps. Logging to over here. That's pretty simple. Check the elevation here. It's all pretty much on the same plane for the most part. It's a little bit down, so we can do it right here. Okay. Yep. Want to keep the elevation level if possible. Yeah. Put something up here. Just a second. There we go. Okay, so there's that. That's all I needed to know. Everything else looks like it's working just fine. All right, cool. All right, so hmm, go ahead and get started here. Make sure date speed. I don't want to upgrade that at all. I want that to be more manual. Flat tool. Go ahead and get started. We are right on the beginning of everything, so this will actually give me a little bit of a reference. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Road here, just to start with. Ready? Get a. Now that I'm trades. Get started with the smallest possible thing we got. Don't want to go too crazy. Oh, you're not going to clip to it? There it goes. No, it still didn't clip to it, but I mean, that's fine. Let's set it. All right, there. Looks good. Try best to keep this level. That was weird. Why is it so? Huh. Oh, go ahead and start playing the world. Now that everything's caught up, that looks good. Sure that'll be fine. Controls are a little bit on the sensitive side. Yeah, with that, that's totally fine. Yeah, you should have just gone around there. So, stop it. There we go. Alrighty. And we'll run that through here. This will straight away. That looks pretty good. See, that may be a little bit too close. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, streets. Dang it. Don't really need that anymore. I guess I can just use the regular. Let me at least try to put some type of realism into it. Make sure these two are connected. Yep. Okay. Have to put a depot down, so get some actual trains going through here. Buildings, depots. I'm sure what we do won't be permanent, it's just for now, so I'm gonna just throw this guy down and build us our first train. Locomotives. Oh, not much else we can do but this guy. Cargo. It's gonna be logs. 6 and 7. 31, 34. This guy can hold a lot more stuff. I'm going to try to get to 100. This may seem a little bit excessive, and it probably is. New line. From there to there. I know that's a short trip, but that gets us established with an income. No matter how ridiculous this is about to be. see where it goes from here. I'm going to rename this one. This would be a sawmill, wouldn't it? Or lumber mill? I like lumber mill. Yeah, just go with that for now. Yep. Go on to the next one, buddy. And I'm actually going to edit all this. Change color to dark brown. This first stop, Chester Hill logging camp. And then we're going to want you to hang out there till you're fully loaded. Actually, not 3. Do 10 minutes. Yep. Should fix that. Man, that a little bit loud. Good lord. There we go. Alright. This guy's going to struggle just with the empty cars. We'll see how it does once it's loaded. Then I have no way to turn this guy around just yet. Oh, we'll get there. Start to fill out these logging routes. It will get us some income. Hopefully. We'll see. I got to add some markers on these crossings. Just have a bit of a get them to go, but I mean it's all level for the most part. This right here's the only elevation, real elevation change, but it's not that big of a deal. This place is already full, which is good. That's what I was hoping for. 125. Nice. See how much weight this guy can handle. Alright. This will kind of give me an idea too on how many more cars I can add onto this, where it's being a little bit effective. Hey man, what's up? Okay. Appreciate you, I guess. You have to chill and subscribe, you know. Let this guy get through here, and then I'll go ahead and add the crossing stuff in. Make sure that's all I got. Yep, that's fine. It's 1850. Not much going on. here, signal, no, it'd be waypoints. Crossing. So you need to go to the white or the black ones. We'll go with the white ones. Add a little bit of realism right off the bat. It's not going too fast, but I mean, it's not bad so far. It's a very short run, so shouldn't really give us too many issues. And then I just got to figure out where that lumber is going to go once it's processed. Oh, let me turn off those notifications. Something I always do. I don't like it popping up spamming red all over the map. Every time there's an expense. I don't mind the blue ones though. But that red one, no. I mean, no one starts slowing down, good lord. A little bit over $250,000. Pretty sure I can add more to this, but that's fully established. Alright, so now I need to find where this lumber needs to go. Right down here, sounds good. It's a pretty interesting drop. You know, let me go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. And I'm back. So, since this guy gets back, I'm going to have to mark location as to where he gets stopped. And then I'm going to have to add a switch to get us over to the other place. The construction materials plant. Just gonna wait for him to come back. Now, what I like to do instead of creating a bunch of duplicate trains is if I need another train, I'll fast forward to the next one that unlocks. And that's how I can time progress safely. Okay, so right about there. Very interesting. Okay. That looks good enough. That right there. Oh, don't be weird on me. Come on. There you go. Two down. All right. So that got to keep on going now. While I build this. Excuse me. Got a little bit of something here. I never want to skip the opportunity to add aesthetic, if that's an option. Because then it changes the way everything is, or the way everything's played. So, actually, I need to ensure that that's going to be on bridge. early 1800s, a bridge is obviously going to be wooden trestle for the most part. So even though that's not like necessary, it definitely works. And don't want to be too how do I say, like too generic. We want to make sure that it all looks a little bit independent. I don't like how it's shallow. Let's just make that a little bit worse. There we go. Yeah. Back to the rail. Up just a little bit here. Another one. Worry about scenery placement and all that stuff later. Right now it's more about function. Alright, so let's say 30. Here for this crossing. That way it doesn't look all weird. Which it makes, no. I thought it was going to get a little bit weird, but no, that looks pretty, it's fairly decent. Just got to get it right over here. There's the edge of the map right there, so I don't have to worry about, well, since this town is right here, I want to create as many passenger connections as possible, as diverse as possible. So I imagine we're going to have like a harbor here. So we're going to need ships to traverse through. So whatever bridge I put down cannot be too low in elevation. And then this bridge needs to be fixed, obviously. Tell you what. You just see. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. That's not a ridiculous amount. I want it to be the shortest possible bridge that I could do. So maybe. You know what? I think I'm gonna get technical with it. Go here, street construction. What? That's not what I wanted. So we'll go track construction. Bridge height. So weird. 10. What? I don't want any of that. I can't get rid of those roads. Well, that's not really going to help me too well then. Dang it. I mean, I could do from this guy, standard 35 miles per hour canter, track count 1, track length. Alright. No incline. Oh, Lord. That's not. And let's see if we can, what was it? There we go. Oh, you're not going to do the actual bridge. You're just going to ground track. I don't want a bridge. Damn it. That's not going to do me any good. Okay, well, you know what? It is what it is. Okay, so we'll just do this. I'll just eyeball it. I'm sure it'll be fine. That right there is still pretty high. That's not ridiculous, though. So I say we run with that. It's going to be fine. And then I need to figure out how to tap it in right there to there. So let me look at some gradients. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom grade is where it, or the middle grade right here. It's where it taps into. So I need to try to aim for this kind of grade. Or as close as I can to it. Drop. Speed's not really an issue because these are early trains. And just getting up to that speed would be a feat. So I'm more concerned with making sure we can carry the product rather than make it as fast as possible. And I'm actually going to level this. Turn this to a level 40. Yeah, well, it's fine. Yeah, we got this. Perfectly fine. Yep. I'm sure I'll have to go back and fix all this in a minute. But right now, just trying to make it actually work. Just out of curiosity, see what we're looking like going from here to here. Like, what is the difference in elevation? Ooh, that's still pretty high. I could just straight up connect it. Too much slope. I mean, say that. And then here over to here. Let's see what we're looking like. Yeah, I can have it coming through here. Let me see what the grade difference is between where the bridge is and then where that is. So this is all the same block of elevation. I could bring it around here. It really doesn't change, which is good because elevation change these two railroad issues. So, all right, cool. Nope. I need you to be level, please. It's really easy to kind of get carried away and put yourself into a rush, and then next thing you know, things aren't working the way you thought they would work. But most of the time, it's just you get a little bit too impatient with trying to get things done, and you gotta reel it back a little bit and relax some, and just realize that there's no time limit. You'll get it done when you get done. Everything's fine. I think I hate to block that road, but for now, I think it's okay. I'm not gonna be too concerned about it. And of course, road stations and all that will be fine-tuned and edited once everything's established. Make sure it's connected. It is. Okay. So, we're going to start. I think we still only have one locomotive available. Yep, just that guy. So, we fast forward a little time and come up with a new one. It should have notified me. And it did not. Okay, so let me... I mean, we did get a new locomotive, but you're supposed to notify me. So let me go into settings here. Make sure... Interface. Vehicle lifetime check interval. I don't care about that, but you're supposed to... That's on purchase, but when are... Notifications, vehicle lifetime, industries, new vehicles, right there. Apply. I think I turned that off when I was like doing the YouTube cab rides, because I didn't want it popping up in the middle of all that. These are just like fine-tuning weird stuff to make it seem a little bit more realistic. Top speed's 28. This guy's 25. 95 horsepower. This guy's double the horsepower. Go wagons, cargo type. He's gonna be doing a lot of these planks. Commodity over speed. That's all I care about. Start this guy with 100. Make sure maintenance is at least minimal. Do our lumber. Just to keep things a little bit simple. He's going to pick up from here, of course, and then head down to there. Yep. Okay, so we know the logging guy's set up. All that's situated. Don't really need to mess with that too much. But I do need two signals right here. So the signaling. Just regular signal back. This guy. Looks like everything's going to work out great. Hopefully. I don't have him waiting till he's fully loaded, I believe. Especially on the first run. Yeah, he's going. Which is good. Alright, so now that he's cleared out, let me set up a second stage. So these guys aren't sitting here waiting on each other the entire time. Just regular tracks on anything specific. And then we're going to need a platform. We'll do why not? And this is how the designs always end up being a little bit more authentic than standard stuff you see, because I will take the time to, like, it grows. Like, I'm not going to sit here and create a whole entire lumber yard right off the bat. I'm going to see how it naturally develops and grows on its own and just conform everything to it. So now that that's set up, I'm going to have this guy, my lumber guy, actually, yeah, I'm going to have him pick up out here on the outside track. So going to line, stop number 1. First, I need to make sure that he stays put until he's fully loaded. And then I'm going to put him on track 2. That way he's not in the way. Alright. And that's all set up. The hard part, I've got it set to where trains just don't flip like they do in the base game. Like the direction, like the setup that this guy is, that's it. If he starts going backwards, the engine's going to be in the back. He's not just going to magically just flip around on the track, which helps you to, when it comes to track design, try to think of something a little bit more authentic. And when the authenticity is genuine, then the aesthetics fall into place and it looks more realistic without you actually having to try to figure out a way to make it look more realistic. It's like even here, it's a crossing. Do I have any other crossings right there? I do not. So I'm gonna let this guy do his thing. He really shouldn't be going that fast, but there's a setting somewhere that I missed, I'm sure. Down here. These will probably get moved later on at some point. Also, I'll place them to where the timing on is accurate. So if you place them too close to the crossing, the train won't blow the horn until they're already past the crossing. There's no point for that. If you put them too far back, they'll hit the horn and then you won't hear it when they actually get to the crossing. Doing 28, which ain't bad, but we're also far from being fully loaded. We only have 18 tanks on it. yeah, you see where I put up this crossing signal. Okay, you did it right as you went over the track. That's fine. That's close to it. And then I can add stuff before that to make it a little bit more realistic. Right now, I mean, this 1860. Like, horn procedures are not that big of a deal right now. Yeah. Especially when we only have 2 trains in existence. Let's see if we're actually turning a profit. Might want to delete this guy because he's just expenses right now, and he's a more expensive train than the other. So, and I'm sure we're about to add another train to the mix as well. Spacing. The only problem is now once he gets unloaded, he's going to go backwards all the way back to the sawmill or lumber mill. Huh. So then that's the thing that I'm going to have to fix. 10K. Yeah, that really wasn't much, but I mean, at least it was something. But I think a full train load of lumber is going to offset the cost of this thing fairly significantly. But we'll see. We will definitely see. I just need to see how much is stacked up when we get there, and that'll give me a car count for how many wagons we need to add on to this thing, and then see if it can actually handle the grade on the way back, which it'll be empty, so it shouldn't be an issue. I'd rather have freight going back, but there's nothing I can do right now in this situation. I mean, that place does produce construction materials, but I'd have to supply it with everything else and then find out where the construction materials can go. I don't see any towns within remote. I mean, there's just 2 towns right within remote. There's food and fuel, and then goods and fuel. So fuel is definitely a thing on. I got a couple of refineries here. There's an oil well, but I need an oil well to turn crude into actual oil, and I do not see that yet. I might have to do like some scrolling across the map. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's totally okay. And the reason I didn't start doing aesthetics and scenery enhancements just yet, because it's literally 10 years into starting the entire business, and lots of track segments and switches and junctions and interchanges are going to come to play. And if I design everything else, or if I design everything now, I'm going to have to go back later, remove those improvements, and edit them. So there's no point in really getting into that whole spiel right now. We'll get into it eventually, but I want to get things set up first. That way I know if I take the time to pause the game, delete a section, create a bridge, do some rivers or something, at least I know I'm not going to have to do it again later. This is the worst part of the incline right here. I mean, it's taking like a champ so far, but then again, these cars are empty. So that's a lot less weight. So far. That may be way different if I get construction materials coming back up here. We'll see how things go. It's also worth it to take the time to watch where your train's going, what it's doing. And for the most part, that usually tells you exactly, if you're paying attention, it'll tell you exactly where you need to make alterations or improvements, even if it's just something that's static. Like at some point, I'm going to have to figure out a way to create turnarounds. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but we'll get sorted. It'll happen, so I'm not worried about it. Rock's going to have to go eventually. This embankment's going to have to be refined a little bit. I'm going to add a river down in the middle of this thing, which means that road is going to need a bridge as well. You know, stuff like that. That guy's leaving. So we should be good. Theory. And we'll see how much it's waiting for us when we get up here. Well, so far we're doing pretty good. I didn't even think to check to make sure this loading track was long enough to where this guy can sit and be out of the way. If not, I'll have to extend it towards the depot, which is no big deal. We do have quite a bit of lumber sitting here. Look, see if it's a full train or not. If it is, we're going to have to add more cars. If not, then we'll just leave it as is. That's going to be a full train. Alright, so we still have 12. So I'm going to compensate those 12 and add on. And just add on 2 to the back. So in theory, gets back here, we should be able to take everything that's here. In theory. Okay, so that's set up. So this place is getting lumber. Now we gotta look up suppliers. Do we need to get slag? Let me go back to the overview. Yeah, we need slag. There's no way around that. Alright, so these are all the places that offer slag. Let me take a look and see if there's anything close by. It kind of does not appear to be. Well, right here. Huh. Is that the only place we can get slag from? I mean, there's a mill right there, and that's a town, but it doesn't really supply anything that we need. Yeah, we're gonna have to see. This is where it gets complicated, because now this place is gonna need coal and ore, which is ore right there, so I can just run a truck route. That's easy. And then gotta find coal around here. I can set it up initially with just trucks or wagons, really, because we're so early on. There's more ore. I don't see coal deposits, unless it's like way out here. That part's gonna suck. You know, let me see if there's any coal deposits along the river, and I can just set up a shipping lane. Plenty of ore deposits. Yeah. There's stone right there. I could probably, that stone, I could do that with the shipping lane. That's possible. But I don't see... Oh, there's coal right there on the other side of the frickin' map. Oh, that's a long ways. I saw all the coal's like way out here on the other side of the map. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's just one hell of a trip. We're not going to do anything fancy smancy right second. There we go. So load up coal there. Run all the way down here. And we can... I don't want him to drop off coal right there. I need him to drop it off over here. And we'll have like a whole entire port situation right here. Okay, so level this out real quick. Get a little bit easier to deal with. So I'm sure this is going to be some type of harbor, seaport, freight port, something at some point. I'm not too concerned right now with getting everything perfect. that. Right now it's just getting everything functional. So you're delivering coal right here, and yep, and we go with that, and then I need to create a truck station here. And since it's going to be a port, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of commodities in and out of here. So I'll set that up. This guy we shouldn't really have to do anything with. Well, we'll set it up like so. And then steel mill here, of course, is going to need the full gambit. Alright. And that looks like the closest town. Yeah. It's going to be down. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I'll start with down here. That's no big deal. We'll add a little vehicle depot. That way we can start bringing in the routes. Just make sure that... Okay, because one's a tram, one's a road. Yeah, that becomes an issue sometimes. Cargo, there's not much we can do with that, so we'll just do let me do 10 of these guys. Maintenance and new line. This one's going to be ore, so T for trucks, and then ore, and then first line. Yep. And I'm going to have stage here. Number 1, use 2 and 3 as a backup. Chill out till you're fully loaded. And then deliver everything there. Okay, so that's that route. Alright. And then we're going to do 10 more. And we're gonna have those guys stage right here. New line. This will be the coal. T01. I screwed that up. There we go. Coal 01. I'm not gonna worry about the whole color coding thing right this second. Well, okay, since this line is the only line is it's just the coal one, I'm going to have these guys stage on every possible loading area, and we'll narrow that down as other things come into play. Alright, I want these guys to chill out for no more than 10 minutes, and then they'll just have to run an empty if they need to. Okay, so that guy should be set up for, looks like, number 1 to this guy, and I'm going to set him up for number 3. Oh yeah, they got him on 4, so number 3. So those guys will come drop off. These guys will come, they'll drop off on the other side. Sounds perfect. Alright, now I need to create the shipping lane just for that coal. Which should be, I mean, no biggie. Let's create a depot. I'm not going to get into aesthetics too much. I'm just going to create the... Because I'm sure this thing's going to need to be removed or changed or flipped over. Yeah. Something at some point. Okay, so we're looking at coal. Capacity, and we've got several different options, but this one 100 to 150 versus, yeah. And since it's a long route, I'm going to do a bare minimum of 10 of these ships. Oh, never mind. I can't afford that. I can do 4. And that is it for our profits for right now. Until money starts coming in. New line. That's going to be a coal line. So S for ships. Coal. First route. 01. And I'm going to have you go. All this is going to be torturous right here because these boats are not fast. We're not doing that color. Not having it. Okay, so I want you to, if you're full on anything, you need to take off and then come back this way. Okay. There you go. Alright, so that's all set up. So at some point in the future, because this is going to take forever, some point in the future, they'll go down there, pick up the coal, bring it back. We got ore coming in up there, so we should start producing steel beams and slag, which needs to go back there. And I'm going to have trucks staged here for that slag, so I don't want them to be interfering with this whatsoever. So I think what I'm going to do is create a secondary truck station that's mainly just for pickups. Not pickup trucks, just picking stuff up. Yeah. Or maybe even eventually that'll become a rail, which I'm not against. This is more just getting things established. Weird shadowing effect right there, but alright. Yeah, something's weird, but alright. I'm not even gonna... It's fine. It's okay. So... I don't want that to interfere with anything. So I'm going to stage there. They're going to come down here. We're going to need to drop all that off here. And this is going to have multiple drop-off points. So, yep. I'm more worried about setting all this stuff up with all these vehicles on standby until things actually get going is really going to hurt. I'm going to speed time up just a little bit because I'm weary about adding more stuff because we're going to start going negative real quick. As a matter of fact, we're probably already in trouble. But that'll be resolved once these coal ships right here actually get back here and drop that off, and then things will change. Yeah, we're already negative. How's this guy looking? Oh, that's quite a bit. So is there anything left over once he delivers? Nope. Perfect. He's only short by 5. Is he out of the way? He is. Which is good. And I'm going to go ahead and... I can't, because now we're negative. Alright, so we fast forward till we start turning profits. I was actually going to put some signals right here. But that's not going to be... I'm already negative. Which is okay to go negative as long as you don't stay there. That's where things start going south real fast. It's more of the investment. You'll go negative, but when it balances out, the positivity will come right back. As a matter of fact, as soon as this guy drops off, we might have enough. Come on, you can do it. Yep, 129. Okay, so I'm going to pause it right here. I'm going to add these signals in. Ah, perfect. And we'll see what happens from there. And hopefully this train now, this guy will bring in enough money to offset our losses for setting that route up earlier. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, we should be good. See how much this guy brings in. Just need to make sure we're not losing money. There goes the coal ships right there. Oh, they'll be back eventually. It may be worth it just to set up and work towards a rail line to go all the way up there to pick up that coal. Because the ships are just going to be so insanely slow. I may actually work towards that. We'll see. If I'm still turning a profit, like right now, then uh, I'll start laying down track all the way to the nearest coal station, which probably isn't going to be close. And what are we making as far as money goes? 1 mil. Yep. Okay, so we're going to set up a really long rail. It's going to have to come from here. I wish there was something a little bit closer than the other side of the map. There's got to be something out here. Oh, nuts. Or I'm going blind. One or the other. Hey, Robert, what's up? Train sim played a ton of different train sim games. Yeah. Just trying to find the closest coal deposit, and so far it looks like all the coal is centralized in that corner of the map, which is a little bit obnoxious. No, there's some back here too, but it's still way out there. There's a couple in the middle there. There's, okay, I see one right there too. That's way better. Yeah, there's one right here. This looks about the closest I'm going to get is right here. So then, see if we're path of least resistance. Oh, that's gonna. All right, so we're Gonna deal with some mountain stuff for sure. Okay. This doesn't look terrible. It's definitely gonna be like an open coal quarry. And just bringing stuff. It looks like better off traversing somewhere through here. Get to light green section. We just run it around here. Right through, and hard to tell with all that. Oh, yeah, that's not happening. So the train's going to have to go all the way around through there. Okay. I mean, it's doable. So, all right, all right. Start from here. This out just a little bit. Maybe a little smaller. I don't know why the intensity went down on that. Yeah, okay. And then we'll just put down a train station right here. I don't like doing dead end stations, but in this situation, that may just have to be what it is. At least just for right now. And things will change later. Let me throw a road down here to run with. And then I'm going to put like the world's shortest train station right here, or freight station. It doesn't, I'm not picking anything up, so it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I'm dropping it off. And this may be set up for ore later as well, so I'm do a minimum of 2. Really, we're not going to snap to? Okay, that's fine. I can do this the complicated way. It does not bother me. Okay, and then we'll pick up the tracks here. Ooh. Derail Valley. Yeah. I have Derail Valley. That was a really in-depth, really in-depth train sale. Like, ridiculously so. Okay, so how are we going to implement this? There's 2 ways, there's 2 things I need to do. One is get the coal from out there to here, and then quite possibly run that slag from here down to there. Yeah. So, but so far, I'm not sure how that's going to work, so I'm not going to, I'm just going to worry about the whole coal situation for right now. Look at this. Uh, yeah, diff stuff and bonus if I can do it with friends. Yeah. Is Derail single player though, ain't it? So many of these great games that'd be awesome as multiplayer. That's why I like Railroader. Is you can get to a whole multiplayer thing, but it's not that big of a thing unless you can get like 3 or 4 guys to run it. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be tough. So I'm going to bring up the grade, which means I've got a guidance, but it's not going to be very aesthetically pleasing to you guys until it's... What kind of incline is that? That's pretty dramatic. Uh, I could run around the outside, but you're still... Yeah, we're going to end up running around the outside of that. There's no way around that. Okay. I mean, unless I increase it now to... My only problem is I'm worried about getting through here. I don't need a bridge way up here. It'll skip all that. But I do need to put it right here on the verge of the green stuff, which is already in. It'll be fine. We'll figure it. We'll just play it by ear. Yeah. What if... We could do it like that. And then I can turn it in just a little bit. There we go. This would definitely be a moneymaker route right here. For sure. I'm actually going to level it out right here on this gradient. Yep. Drop it. 50. No, I don't want you to go that ridiculous with it. Yeah, that looks good. And just eyeball this stuff, man. It's like, yeah, I don't need to take certain measurements. We'll just mess around with it. As long as I can stay close to this contour line right here, I got a general idea on where we're at, what we need to do, and try to keep it looking as realistic as possible. Okay, so we're going to go left a little bit and then to the right. Even though we don't have trains that are even close to that at this point in time. Do 55. Okay, so these trees are really hindering my ability to see what in the world is going on. So I'm going to it's trees. I'm going to pretty much add them back in anyway, so when I add the scenery or the all passive scenery, but at least here I can get a reference of where things are going and how they're going. As long as I keep my eye on that line, because that's what we're pretty much aiming for, is to stay on that contour line. It's going to be a very, I think this is going to be actually really pretty route. Like, this is going to be nice. It's mountainside or cliffside. There's not going to be much as far as tunnels go. Like tunnels are pretty to look at, but when you're like on a ride along, it's not really great because you never really see anything but a wall. So yeah, let me make sure we're still doing. Yeah, I mean I could probably go around the left side of this and it'll be closer, but I'd also be against the map, which is going to be an issue because when you're coming back and you're looking, you're just going to see a hole there. This would take significantly longer, but it may also be significantly aesthetically more pleasing. So I'll opt for the longer route. That is totally fine. This is definitely going to be a tunnel section right here. Just straight through. Can't win them all. I mean, some tunnels aren't too bad, especially when you're in mountains, like crazy mountains like this. Here with that. Just make sure I clear out enough. Plus, this with this being a long route, I would like to have these trains go as fast as possible through here. So I don't want to create any too incredibly tight bends. But also, it's like mountainside, cliffside. There has to be tight turns and stuff. That's what makes it like so aesthetically pleasing versus mundane and boring without any kind of character whatsoever. Is this where the crossover is? No, not yet. It's going to be right there. Okay. I mean, not bad so far. It's just a lot of rail. Lots and lots and lots of rail. Really need more coffee. Oh, we'll be fine. Let's see here. Yep, there's going to be a bridge right there. That's a perfect opportunity for a waterfall, too. Just, okay. Yep. Stay focused, Chris. This is where the crossover is. So it's going to be a fairly decent bridge. It should end up right here. And from here, we're definitely going to want to create elevation changes and try to get up this. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, it's going to be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so this is already set up. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Okay. Definitely need coffee. these for these tight tracks, 50 miles an hour seems a bit much on these curves. That's why it's okay though, because I have plenty of tracks that will enforce speeds. So that is not to work for me because I know exactly what's going to happen in a second here with that. So why don't I just do? Could do it. No, I'm not going to do a tunnel through there. I thought about it, but nope, nope, nope. Let's see what I can do here. Really? Huh. Did not know that. See, now I'm going to have to look into it. It's all your fault, Robert. Okay. I mean, the thing is, this is a winding mountain road. I'm trying to make it as windy mountain road as possible to where it's just not a complete absurdity. Exactly that far, just a little bit less. Yeah, that looks good. Right there. Should be totally fine. It'll be one hell of a rail line, especially through all this mountain. That's a long, long set of tracks. But it'd still be 10 times quicker than those boats. So, yeah. Alright, let me go get some coffee. I will be right back. Desperately need coffee. But don't go anywhere, guys. It's going to get really exciting. Yep. Exhilarating. That's a good word for it. Exhilarating. Yep. I'll be right back. There we go. Let's see. I'm back. Told you it wouldn't take long. Oh, damn, that coffee is too hot. Okay, so that's going to sit for a second. Get back on this whole situation. Yeah, that hot down isn't going to work for me. Morning, Johnny. What's up, man? How you doing this morning? Hope everything's going all right with you. Hi. I know it seems a little bit tedious, but it's totally worth it in the end. Let's go 25. Yeah, it'll look pretty once it's done. Especially, this is gonna be a coal train coming through here, so it's not gonna be a small train, and it should be quite impressive. It'd be something worth spectating. Possibly. And then once we get to like the 1950s and stuff, and the 60s, we're switching over to diesel. Yeah, this would be crazy as hell. Coffee's not as hot as I thought it was. This is just one of the worst parts because it's such small segments and so many of them. Just to get it to where it's not pure insanity. We're gonna go with that one. I think this is where I had that choice. Yeah, I could either go off that way, but then when you turn that way, you're just gonna see nothing but, yeah, you're not gonna be able to see any. It's gonna look so dumb. Yeah, you come around over here and see that clear line. So it's worth it just to stay to the right and run across that whole ridge. It's possible it could run straight through or create a tunnel straight through there to kind of shorten it up a little bit. But it still wouldn't look as good. No, we'll just run it on the outside. I'll worry about tunneling later. Because you don't want to tunnel unless you absolutely have to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm putting this track, but this is basically going to be a placeholder. So that node, from that node to that node, once I finish the track, at some point I'll come back in here and create like a wooden trestle bridge or something and a waterfall and all that, but I'm making sure that that's set, so I just come in here and just delete that section and we're good. And then add bridge and all that other stuff. So that being said, I know that's going to be a bridge in the future. I'm going to put just a really tiny straight part. And then I'll turn this into, 15-mile-an-hour rail. That's going to be rough. But hey, I mean, that's what happens. It's trains. Yep. Go. Now, this is like the worst part. Is everything takes forever because it's just such small, itty bitty little segments. But it's worth it in the long run because it looks amazing. You're done with it. Most of the time, anyway. And we're still turning profits, so that is very good. This is the one we're doing the tunnel through. Okay, yep. There's no way around that. You're just not going to be able to. Okay, yep. Just going to do a little straight out to right there. And then tunnel straight through. It's just where does this guy come out in the end? So maybe I go straight 30. Do 30 mile an hour. Oof, that's not going to work like that because I'm not going to be able to. Well, I mean, it might. Who knows? Go. I do not want an invisible bridge. Kind of kills the immersion. But, okay, yeah. That works. And now we're almost kind of sort of through it in a way. And even though this is primarily being built for coal supply, there's going to be so many different lines running on here. There's going to, I mean, passenger, I mean, everything that's pretty much supplying to those higher elevation towns, it's going to have to come through on this rail. Take a look, make sure this looks okay. I wonder if I can get up to 30 on this curve without it being too ridiculous. Come on. Yep, but I don't need to get about that far. So about right there. Okay, take a look. Yeah. All right. That's weird. I was looking at the live chat in my web analytics. I can see live chat perfectly fine, but for some reason on OBS, it just like the last thing it says was pretty good from Robert. So it missed all that conversation. I'm so glad I have that up because I wouldn't. Yeah, if you guys ever think I'm ignoring you, It's probably because I didn't see your text. To be honest with you, I would never do that to you guys on purpose. I like this nice little straightaway right here because this might be a good place to insert a siding track at some point. Just create a little bit of siding so trains can just pass through. Yeah. Way with 30. That having to do a tunnel? Yeah, I could. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure that looks good. Yep. Right. That first trip coming through here is going to be really interesting. I'm actually looking forward to it to see how it looks. Especially if it's going to be a coal train. That's. And I mean, like, the ore, not the band. So that's 33. So I'll drop it down to about 30. Yeah, that looks good. Well, we're definitely starting to get somewhere. Not that far from it now. I mean, we're still not that far from it in not a physical sense, but yeah, we're through the rough stuff. There's not much craziness to go from here. Well, I mean, we got that one curve coming up. That's going to be like a sharp left-hand 180. But other than after that, our issues are going to switch over to elevational problems because it's still got one hell of an incline to do to even get over that mountain range into the valley, or over the mountain range back into the valley where the actual coal mine is. That looks good. What's funny is laying down all that track, and we're still not even past the sawmill right there. It's like, oh man, so yeah, this is gonna be. But the beauty of this too is once this thing does start delivering that coal, it's gonna bring in so much cash, like ridiculous amounts, just from the having to traverse all this alone. Definitely not going to be a boring line. Yeah. Yep, 16. That's good. This is where it gets interesting. That went a lot better than what I expected. I thought there were going to be issues, but okay. So it looks like things are actually doing pretty good. I mean, we've come all the way over there, and now we just need to make it up into right there. Okay, so we're not a little bit farther than I thought we were, but this is the rough part of it. Once we create this bridge right here, cross over, then we'll be good. Excuse me. Good Lord. I'm sorry. That caught something back my throat like a dog hair or something. Just, ugh. That was rough. My apologies. I'm sure that was loud too. So, this is gonna have to be a bridge. Spans. Yep. So go straight and then it's 28. Can I get a 30? And 30 mile an hour. Yeah. That should be pretty interesting. Is that all straight? It is. And then I'm going to take this bridge and turn it into an actual. Yeah. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, there we go. Liking it already. And get across here, and then it's just incline. And if I can get up through there, a little bit of issue right through there, and then back down to this little bowl of a valley, which I'm surprised doesn't have any runoff to a major water source, so technically it should all be flooded. But hey, That's not my expertise. I'm doing logistics, damn it. So let that be somebody else's problem. All right, there we go. What? No. Snap to it. There we go. That was a bit weird. 35 on that one. Use that. No. So how you guys doing this morning? What y'all up to? I'm thinking, yeah. So that bridge is going to go straight. Well, that's the shortest distance right there. I mean, I can't do anything better than that. So, ooh, not yet. Yeah, should be fine. Rutger. I should have came over to the right just a little bit. Oh, dang it. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Just remove this. Stop it. About that. It does look better. Okay, we'll run with that. Oh yeah, that's much better. Yeah, I can definitely do that. That's one hell of a bridge, though. Good lord. But it's totally worth it. It's gonna be a good looking bridge. That's probably gonna be a steel girder bridge at some point instead of that. But it'll get us started. I mean, it's only 1860, so this is this is gonna be one hell of a line. Okay, so this is where we need to start uh, bringing up the elevation. For sure. Let's see. I hate to do it that much of a grade, but there's really not much else we can do about that. That's just, I mean, unless we want to spend all day doing switchbacks all the way up this thing, which is a little bit unrealistic. Now the problem I have is this intersection. Yeah, I could keep going this way, but that's just going to create more of a... You know what? I think I have an idea. Okay, so we'll drop this down to 45 curve. Go straight just for a little bit, and I mean, we're still on an incline, so... And then... Really? You're gonna give me that kind of trouble? Let's say 20. Yeah. Yep. And then we'll put back what we damaged or broke. Go with all. Yeah, that's... Ooh. Yeah, we'll fix that bridge later at some point. Let's get the rail established first, and then come back in afterwards and fix all that. Man, this is gonna be a little bit dramatic. I'm not even sure if it's worth trying to get up over through there. It may be better just to go around the right-hand side of the mountain ridge and then continue. That's what I'm thinking. Yep, let's do that. I was originally trying to go up this, but it's just too steep. That's no. Yeah, it's not gonna work for me. Yeah, I don't even think it would be able to. Yeah, no. Nope. Not really an option. It's one hell of an incline. And now, since I'm climbing, I need to know what the... Here. This can be a straight canyon valley thing. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and set this up now so I don't have to figure it out later. Yep. Okay. Yep. Just making sure. Right here. That's going to be a whole project right there to turn this into a canyon and make it where it
Boy,
doesn't...
where's my coffee?
Do what? What's that? Huh. For some reason...
You awake?
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot to switch over to the live stream channel. But hey, that actually works out great. Are you awake?
Trying to get my first cup of coffee. What you playing?
Doing the whole Transport Fever thing right now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can
Well,
check.
I'll let you have fun. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I was actually thinking this might be a good thing. You can give me some feedback here.
What you got?
Well, started a new map, and I've got two. We're in the year 1860 right now.
Oh,
And,
wow. I'm not that old.
well, I was wondering if you remember anything that might be able to help me out from that. No, I'm just, uh, I'm trying
As in
to,
what, though?
uh, trying to think, is there a way that maybe I can have, would know? I was gonna say you could watch the live stream, but you're gonna be under like a 5 second delay or something like that. So, but I mean, you could if you want to. But I'm we're in the year 1860. I've set up a logging trade and then a lumber trade, and now I'm trying to figure out. I got to set up a coal trade, but it's got to go up through this whole a section of mountains that is just right now it's a lot. Like it is a lot.
No, you're just gonna have to do smaller loads and either that or stacked steam trains, which they did back then, but they weren't readily available because there weren't a lot of steam trains. So they just had to take smaller loads and do multiple trips versus, you know, a good hefty load and one trip. It just was a more tedious operation.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, I was doing the the transport fever 2 thing that
Yeah.
I was showing off to you the other day. I actually decided to. I was like, you know what? Let me mess around. Not much
Isn't
going
the
on.
three coming out? Isn't that
Yes,
what?
sometime
Yeah,
this year.
yeah,
At some point
yeah.
this year.
I saw that. That looked pretty. That
But they
what
won't.
the graphics showed so far looked pretty interesting. So
Yeah, but they won't tell me anything. Like I need. Like
yeah,
I need to when. When? Tell me. You know.
there's a lot of games that are like, oh, this is available, but when? It's like coming out or previewing or something like that.
Unacceptable.
Exactly.
So what you up to this morning?
Not much. Moving infrastructure city to city. It's going to be fun. To where we got to have states involved and city involved, and basically they are doing construction on this one road where apparently we got to go through and only made it 20-foot wide for 2 lanes of traffic, and we are 15-foot wide. So yeah, we're going to be shutting down the whole world. It's going to be fun, but it's city to city. I mean, we're just doing inner city, a move to another site. So
See, when you guys shut down roads, it's quote fun. When I do it, they call it a felony. It's so messed up. There's definitely a
well,
double standard.
basically, the driver and myself just basically look pretty. That's about it because we can't control much. I mean, we just wait until they're shut down, and I give them one of my GMSR radios or my high-powered VHF radios, and we just basically communicate with them. And some state units have CBs in them, some don't.
Yeah, that's always a hit or miss, depending on what
Yeah,
state you're
it's
in.
interesting when it's interesting. You want to do all the heavy infrastructure moves, but you don't have your unit equipped with a basic CB.
Especially when
So how long are
your
you going to stream this
state.
one live?
To be honest with you, I really don't know. I'm 2 hours in this one. I at least want to get that coal line up and maybe some other stuff going on.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it's very early on, and so basically, logging to lumber, lumber to a construction mill. But to produce any construction supplies, I need stone, slag, and also fuel. So I was like, okay, I can get slag from a steel mill right around the corner. But steel mill needs ore and coal. And the ore is almost right beside it. The coal is on top of a mountain range through a bunch of canyons and stuff halfway across the map. And it's like, and then that just so happens to be the closest coal mine there is. I'm like, all right, this is going to be not, no. So we're almost there.
That's another thing with the steam trains back in the day. They're not very powerful. So going up over the mountains really hammers you on weight, power to weight ratio.
Well, the only thing that I have in my favor right now is the coal mine is significantly higher in elevation than the steel mill. So the train's going to be going uphill empty and then coming downhill loaded.
Oh, okay.
So that's
don't overload it and overload the brakes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's even a thing in the game, but that could be definitely a bad day.
Well, it is not a thing in the game. Thank God. Because I would probably be in trouble. Serious trouble.
You overloading again?
I'm not even. Nope. Not taking that bait.
Oh man, that stream was pretty fun last night.
That was, and I feel bad that I just didn't have the energy to keep it going even further. Because I mean, that could have been like an all-nighter thing. Well, I don't know, because you got your so-called job.
No, it's learning a new format, I guess, or new game basically, to where it's a little different than Roadcraft. And yeah, I mean, I really greatly appreciate all the help that you guys gave me. And
well, of course, man.
Because it's like a whole new territory and didn't know what you need me to help. And I'm just trying to open up the map too. And then I was getting stuck, and that one truck, whoo, man, that truck was thirsty. Of course, it was all-wheel drive, but still, whoo.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the whole entire experience, I completely enjoyed it. I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever, but I feel like Curtis was he was getting a little frustrated over all the stuff. But I mean, the ending was a bit crazy. People are shenanigans.
Well, I thought it was Demolition Derby.
That's kind of what it turned into.
I was like, oh.
I was like, good Lord. I was like, I gotta pay for all these repairs, guys. It ain't Roadcraft. We're taking damage.
Oh, wow. Oops.
Yeah.
You were already in the negative. My bad.
Oh, it's all good. But I think you can recover back to the garage and damage goes away, so.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. It wasn't like anything detrimental. That last run.
He's busy with his thing today and everything. The last run, what?
I said that last run was pretty. I think I said detrimental, but that's the one. Wasn't the word I was looking for? It was hell, English. I can't think of that. Well, so yeah,
Oh, the last route you did?
yeah, that
Yeah,
last one that was
you
just
picked yeah, you picked the by far the worst way to go, and we didn't know, but
well, that's what
yeah,
I was trying to tell
those trailers
Curtis.
like this.
I was like,
Those
dude, I
trailers
didn't
love to
know.
sink in. Yeah, we should have probably scouted it out and tried to find out, but
Yeah, he seemed a little bit frustrated towards the end there, but
well,
we got it delivered, and that was good. So that's all that matters.
a team effort. It's some works, some doesn't. I had to have helper recover me a few times because the road was just so narrow, and I caught that tire just right, and it just rolled me. It was horrible. I was like, "Oh, really?" It happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm okay with it happening when it's funny. Like I've always had a rule, like you can do with it. We have limits on everything unless it's funny. If it's hilarious, you don't have to apologize for it. But as
I think it was. I think he was really trying to help you. I really do. It just the physics in the game and everything. You got to be really precise where you pull, or else. I mean, I wasn't even pulling hard on the side of the trailer, and almost flipped you. I was in low gear and barely gave you a tug, and dang near, flipped you over. That's why I'm like, okay, we want to play sensitive. Okay, I got
yeah,
behind you, directly behind you, and pulled straight back, and that seemed to work a little bit better. But it just, it's like what I was dealing with the winch trying to get that recovery truck. It just was not working for me. So it does get a little frustrating when you're trying to do things and you're trying to help people and you have to come get rescued. That's never fun,
well,
you know.
I felt bad for him because you could hear the frustration, the tone. I'm like, it's like it's not that big of a deal. You're good. The game is literally designed to make every chance you get you stuck. That's the whole point. It's like
Yeah.
just don't get upset. Everything's good. And you just hear that like tone, like I'm gonna do this, but I'm not happy about it kind of tone. I'm like,
Well, also too, I think
feel bad so bad.
what's aggravating is that we're not, because of certain consoles.
Yeah, he can't do
We're
his
not
military
able to
mods.
have the mods to kind of make it still fun. We'll still probably get stuck, but it makes it a little more capable. Um, the trailers are a little bit more capable. Um, I have no idea, and I'll call it out, PS5, why you limit mods down to such a small file when I have over half a terabyte of memory and free. And yeah,
Yeah, that one was a bit
that's odd.
ridiculous.
I don't understand, because you can't crossplay, and then when you do crossplay, you end up with a whole bunch of conflicts. It
Well,
doesn't make it fun when you have
the thing was, it's like
DLCs or
you could
stuff like that
only.
where you could get.
Yeah, well, I mean, the ridiculousness was the whole you could only have like two or three
Free
mods.
trucks.
Yeah, like you've got like 400 pages of mods that are available, but
Uh-huh.
you can only.
Which a lot are really cool, I will say.
Yeah,
There was a lot of vehicles I wanted to get, but it's like, pick one. Oh, okay, maybe pick two. Okay. And then maybe a trailer. Wait, what?
nope, you've exceeded the memory
Yeah.
allocation. You're gonna
Yeah,
have
and
to.
then it conflicts with y'all, and that's no fun. So it's like,
Well, also
okay.
that LMV that we were doing was the cause of all of our crashing issues. We
Oh,
did
okay.
find that out. That it was just that mod that was caused the 8.5 hours worth of tech and troubleshooting and praying
That
and
was rough.
screaming and frustrations. And yeah, that
That I
was
almost wanted to throw that remote across the room because it was like, what is going on? This is crazy. We're not even playing. We're not even live. We're not even nothing. And it's like we've been trying to diagnose this forever.
Yep. But you know,
But the sad part is, Chris,
uh,
is that Helper would have figured it out in less than 5 minutes, and that's Helper.
yep, exactly. I mean, he kind of did. We had it figured out once Helper was in there. I was like,
called
really?
it out. He's like, the problem you were having was da 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 da. I'm like, oh, you suck.
But of course, we know the problem. We're the ones that are having the problem.
Yeah, thank you. Call me out. Well,
Yeah.
I call out the system because that should not be. I mean, if I had low memory or I was zapped with, I have a lot of games on my console. That's one thing. I get it.
But it's like a 500
But if
kilobyte
I've got
thing. It's like, nope.
if I've
None of
got
that.
500 gig of memory, I think I should be able to have at least a few gigs of mods, at least maybe 5 gigs, maybe,
Even 1 gig.
but not.
It wouldn't even give you that. It was like,
No, it wouldn't even give us that. It was like, what was it, 6? I think it was 6 or
no,
7.
you couldn't even do 6.
Kilo-
You were limited to
like 5 something. I forget what
there
it was.
like 3
I'd have to look at
mods,
the
and they were
messages.
all 3 of them were like 300, 200 kilobytes. I'm like, we're not even like, it gave you like a 1 megabyte limit. I'm like, what in the hell? Like,
Oh, that's right. It was kilobytes, not megabytes. You're
yeah.
right.
I'm like,
Yeah, it wouldn't even
What
give me a
the-
megabyte. That's crazy.
I'm like, I 2.5 floppy, discs have more memory than that. Like in brand new PlayStations, like, nah.
I don't think it's a PlayStation though. I think it's because if you look at the game, I think it's set up for PS4, and because usually there's a tag that says PS4, PS5,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it might be, but it probably still has the limitations for the PS4, being that it's such small memory. I don't know.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it's like,
It still makes it
come
difficult.
on.
Yeah, be a little smarter than that. No, but Transport Fever 2, that is something I really would like to get into because you're basically playing like almost like model trains.
It is.
And like I told you, I had a 4 foot by 8 foot piece of lumber, plywood in my garage, and my granddad and I sat there and we're building trains and everything else. And in the middle of the trains, I had a Lego city and all sorts of things. And I miss playing with model trains. That was pretty cool. Got expensive, but
Yeah, that is
happens.
a very expensive
Hobby.
Yeah, it's not cheap by any means.
About the only one that would be cool to have and have a big setup is almost like an N scale because you can do a lot in a very small area. But I went into one of those hobby places and it was already designed on like a 4 by 8, and it's stuff. I was a kid back then, to where I couldn't even think of doing something so elaborate with the mountains and the streams. And I asked the guy, I'm like, "Is that yours?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "How much would that be?" And he's like, "Kid, you don't even want to know." And I was like, "Oh."
Yep.
I'm like, I can't make enough on my paper route to buy this from you.
Hell no. Well, have you seen those guys like
Yeah.
out west that are doing the damn, like, you sit on it kind of things, like 5 miles of just
Oh yeah.
yeah.
They've got Train City. They've got one in California by Expedition Park, if I remember correctly. And yeah, remember my mom when we were out there visiting. We went there. It was cool because they even have like the train horns. I don't know how they did it. Not like the big ones, but it actually sounded like a train. And they had different ones. They had steam trains. They had the old I think it was a B model. The train, I forget which.
Yeah, Bookie, I got one on the shoes up here. Bookie, I need that.
Sorry. Um, yeah, and it just was really cool to ride those model trains. So,
I was like, man, I want to make one of those. But see,
it's
my
cool.
thing is, I wouldn't. I don't care for the whole. Let's just sit on there and ride the track just to ride the track. Now, I want some hoppers. We're gonna go deliver some ballast. Like get some logistics going on this thing. Like, make it impressive.
Yeah.
I don't want just a couple flat cars with seats on it. It's like, no, no, no.
Well, I think it was one guy on YouTube that actually has a model train track, and he actually used the cars to transport this at or whatever. It was pretty cool. Um, he derailed, I think, once or twice or something because of the weight or whatnot. But he
Yeah, because
actually
it's a
used it
little
for
bit
like yard
different.
work, and yeah, to where he actually used it as real stuff and whatnot. But I mean, transporting kids on a smaller scale train or teens or even adults, it was really cool. Um, we went to a place well, not within 5 years, and the town I was in had a steam train rides, and that was cool. We went about, I don't know, maybe about 10 miles, and then we went back the other way. And that was a really cool experience to discover history and feel the chugging and the smells and the steam whistle. That just is a memory that will never get out of my head. Um, I think that's why I like these games, and I'm still in railroading and even railroading, because it's such a awesome thing to do.
Yep. Uh, there's a guy, I think he's in New Hampshire. He's got like just one in his backyard. And I mean, it's okay, but I think there's one in Wyoming or Colorado that's like 20 something miles worth of that track. And they've like a whole mountain is that scale rail. And you got a lot of scenic stuff going on, but one of the maintenance trains on there does actually haul ballast when they start doing uh laying new track, and they show you how they do all that too.
Oh, nice.
I have
Yeah, I mean,
officially
if you
traded 55,070 maps on Transport Fever 2. Yep.
well,
That
when I
is
visited Alaska, we took the train ride all the way up into the mountains, and it was a pretty lengthy train ride, and that was really cool. Um, they had new diesel electrics because it just was more efficient and the weight and everything, but
yeah.
that was really cool going up. But the train cars were pretty, they were older and they restored them, so that was really cool. They had the wood burning. I don't think they were wood burning, but they had like gas burning stoves to heat the cars and everything. So that was kind of cool.
Is that a realistic incline slopes? Yeah. I don't know why. Trying to
Give
make
me
sure.
1 second.
5, which is a bit smoother than vanilla. It's 0.75. So that's 0.75. So we do 0.1 and see if that's better. Yeah, we'll run with that. See what, because
He's catching up to me, so I'm not worried about him.
oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I have realistic gradients on here, but it also creates slopes below the,
Oh, okay.
which I mean I don't mind, but when we start talking about getting into canyons, like windy canyons, I don't need like a 30-degree slope off the thing that completely ruins any like cliffside aesthetic to it. So
Yeah.
that stuff is such a pain in the ass to deal with. But I'm going to see if it does any better now. And if it doesn't, I'll probably just disable the sloping as much as I possibly can. Yeah, but you guys watching, I'm not Xing out the game. I gotta go. I have to save the game, exit to the main menu, then go into the load the game, and then go through the mod list and find that, and then change all that, which you guys pretty much just watched. Somebody said I look good. Oh, thank you. I know. Oh my God, that is way worse. Nope. That is the wrong direction. It was almost level. It's like what slope? Nope. So this time I don't have to save it. I just need to go back to the main menu and adjust that slider the other direction, because that was not cool. That was so bad. It was like a 10-degree decline. I'm like, that's is almost a flat plane. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
That's not going to work for a canyon.
No.
So we'll do that. Run it the other way. Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
It is interesting when you get into some states and you're dealing with people on the handheld radio and they talk like Boomhauer.
Oh,
from,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
It's
that
like,
then their boy knows from man.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait,
Don't you
what
know?
did you just say? Simple English.
Yeah. I always had that problem through Louisiana was a big one. And then
Oh yeah, Cajun country. Yeah.
oh my God. It's like I really want to know what you're saying, man.
Shout out to their food. I heard it's really great, but man, the way that they some of the roads and the bridges and how they pronounce things, gotta love it, because I sure couldn't. I try to pronounce it. They probably look at me like I was silly. But yeah, there's some even like country, country areas. They have their twang on the thing, and everyone has their own personality.
Yeah, it's like what was it we used to make fun of Mississippi?
This 18-wheeler is trying to fit past a mobile house being moved on a 2-lane, and there's no shoulder, and this guy's just good old prime. Jeez.
I thought you were going to say Swift,
Goodness
but
gracious.
I guess Prime works too.
Yeah,
oh, there we go.
It's
That's much better. That is way better.
unbelievable. You're lucky you're live. I wanted to say something to him.
But did you though?
I do forget I got the mute button.
That's funny.
Like, why take unnecessary risk and cause on this bridge that I'm on? Yeah, one wreck, it's gonna shut down the whole bridge. There's no getting around it.
Yeah, there's
Anyway.
no point in adding a worse situation to the mix.
But going back to the train transport fever, I suggest anyone that's into railroading, look in your local city and see, or even surrounding state, and see what might be available, because in some seasons they do have historical trains that they run, summertime, do dinner trains, and it's really cool to experience, and it's pretty affordable. It's not too expensive.
Yeah, we've got
So
one
if you
that's
like that kind of stuff, yeah.
one that's it's 2 hours, and the food is catered from uh, a barbecue place, which
Okay.
I can't.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't be like, "Grr." It was like, no, it's barbecue, man. You're gonna like it, but it's not like a steam locomotive. It's like one of those switcher freighters, like little tiny
Oh, okay, yeah.
tiny things, but it's got like
Yeah,
five
yard
cars.
dogs.
Yeah,
Kind of like,
exactly. And there's like five like cars attached to it. It's like, all right, this is that.
it's still not bad. I mean, you still get the experience though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we got
went,
Tweetsie Railroad up in North Carolina. It's really cool.
oh yeah. I did one when I was visiting my aunt in Missouri, as borderline Kansas, Missouri area, and did a train ride there, and that was really cool. And they actually went all the way to the end, and they switched the engine to the front. They had a I guess you call switch area,
Hmm.
and then it sat there and went the other direction, and they had a maintenance caboose, and that's what I was riding in, and just being outside and hearing it, and the rocking and the sounds and the loud train horn, it's something that it's amazing. You just want to do it every weekend. So that's why I say to your fans, hey, look into your local infrastructure and see if there's something like that in your area, and definitely take advantage of it, because you won't regret it.
I actually have a bucket list of wanting to take Amtrak across the country.
They have one from Chicago. It starts in Chicago, goes all the way to, I want to say, Sacramento,
Hmm.
and that's supposed to be the most um, scenic ride on Amtrak. That's what, a little over 24, 48 hours. I forget. Last time I looked into
Well,
it.
there's one that's like
Um,
6, 7 days, and I'm like, that's cool. But it's
I'm not sure.
well, there's two. There's one that's I think it's Miami up to New York, and then once you get to New York, you relay over to the one that's from New York to Chicago, and then Chicago down to like L.A., and then you can catch one from L.A. back to Florida. I'm like that.
It
Yeah,
goes to LA instead of, I wanted to say it stops at Sacramento, but maybe it stops in LA and then goes up to Sacramento, because I know there's a train that did that. My mom and I did that back in the day. Um, and that was pretty cool. Took forever, but because it stopped at every station,
yeah. That's what they were saying about this one. They were like, make sure you pack, plenty of stuff and blah blah blah. It's gonna be, and make sure you have your watch set correctly because the train will not wait for you. It's like,
No,
oh, okay.
Oh, same thing with you go on a cruise. That ship ain't gonna wait for you. It is funny watching those videos of cruise runners or pier runners.
Yeah,
Sorry, pier runners.
I laugh so hard. It's like they gave you a time limit. You're an hour past your time limit, and you still had a chance. An hour.
Fish potch. Come on,
Yeah,
they're gonna wait for me. Come on, I paid big bucks. I'm somebody.
yeah, and they still departure was an hour delayed, and you still couldn't make it. Like what? Like, man, you just asking for it.
Yeah, you got to turn your phone off on before you depart, so you don't go into another time zone. I carry a wristwatch or something. I click to my backpack, and then just have it set to ship time. It's that simple,
Yeah.
and just pay attention. I'm scared of that crud when I travel. Oh yeah, I'm back an hour plus usually, unless I'm on a travel boat excursion sanctioned by the boat, and then they're not going to leave you. So if your trip ends up being a little longer, they're going to wait because it's something you booked through the ship, you know. So
Well, for me, I just want to leave the boat. It's just not worth it. But no, because I know what'll happen. I'll sprain my damn ankle on the way back or some crazy shit and try to limp all the way back, and then I'm not going to make it on time. Then I'm going to be injured in a foreign country with all my credentials and all my stuff back in the cabin.
imagine the flight that they have to be expensive because they know that, oh, you need to fly back home or to the next place. Okay, yeah, it's $9 billion. And a lot of
Yeah,
people don't realize that. And the travel insurance. So if you get injured in another country, oh,
yeah.
I would dread that. That'd be bad. That's why I try to be very careful.
I did forget that even though that coal mine is significantly higher than the steel mill, there is a canyon and mountain range that I do have to go up over. So initially, as soon as I leave the coal mine, it's an incline the whole day, like till I get to the top of that thing, and it's max
Oh, nice.
grade. So that's gonna be
good deal.
little bit rough, but yeah, I'm sure.
Well, if it doesn't have the weight,
it will
attached to
leaving
it,
the
then I guess you'll be fine.
yeah, it will leaving the coal mine because that's one hell of it. I mean, it's yeah, it's noticeable for sure. Can't believe you're sitting there doing your job and you could just be watching me stream.
Well, if I've got some downtime, I've got about a 38-minute ETA. Got some downtime, I'll switch over and watch it.
Oh, I don't want to inconvenience you.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
You and your priorities.
Yeah. Today I'm an important person. Tomorrow I'm just logistics.
That's a secret. You've always been logistics. They just tell you you're important.
Yeah. It's always a logistical nightmare.
That's why I used to love these truck calls. Be like, "You're like family to us." I was like, "Really? So why didn't I see you at Christmas?"
Right.
I'm like, if I'm really family, where's my Christmas present? Oh, we gave you a $50 gift card, to Publix or something. Be like, that's no. Would you get that present to your grandmother? This might be her
Yeah.
last Christmas, and you're gonna give her a freaking gift card, really? So yeah, and you expect me to accept that? But no. I love the trucking companies, man.
Well, there's a question for your viewers. How would you like to travel? If you had one way, would you travel by old school, like a pirate
So it's
sailboat,
not.
and travel across the waterways, or would you go on a classic train, or what would be your favorite, or even horseback and buggy? I mean, that's the thing.
So we're not prioritizing destination, just method.
No, yeah, method of travel. Like, what if you could and you wanted to, what would be, this is to your fans, what would be like your dream or your wish to just do it once and experience that way of travel? Honestly, I think I'd be on a sail ship, a sail, like almost like a pirate ship. Yeah, a sail ship, a larger one, and be on the ocean and hear all the creaking of the masts and everything else. I think that would be an awesome experience, kind of like that one other game that we play.
Helper just said, "We are family. We're going to work you to the bone, and you can't complain." Yep, that's
That sounds about right.
that's not my family. I mean, they got the first part right.
I want to say that's pretty accurate.
So are we with this whole mode or method of transportation? Are we restraining ourselves to the realm of realism, or can we just physics out the window and
As in what? Like flying a unicorn?
yeah,
Your
or
dream,
dragon
or you know, or a
spaceship,
dragon, you know?
stuff like that? Yeah. Or are we talking about realistic modes of transportation? that's what I'm.
I mean, honestly, transportation is transportation. So, I mean, I did watch that movie back in the day with the big white dragon.
Never ending
And now
story.
that wasn't a
Falcor.
pun. Yep, yep, never ending story. That was such a cool movie back in the day. So yeah, I mean, if you had a fantasy way of travel and you want to get around, heck, throw it out there.
Do you
What
want
would be your method of
to?
transportation? Because hey, Falcor was actually a cool little friend, so you got to talk to him while you were flying. You know, a little windy, get a little bug in your teeth. But I mean, hey,
Do you want to take a guess and speculate what Helper said for his method?
I have no idea.
The Millennium
I'm
Falcon.
trying to think. Millennium Falcon, love it. You know, that would be kind of cool because when we do play the other game, and you look at the bow of the ship, looking down on the Earth and everything else. By the way, good morning, Helper. That is really cool to be able to see. It's almost like having a cruise, but you're up in space. I think that'd be kind of cool. A cruise that sees the universe instead of just sees other parts of the world. That would be pretty cool.
I
Millennium
prefer
Falcon.
the.
I like that.
I'm about to trigger like so many people, but I would prefer the USS Enterprise. So.
Oh, you're a Trekkie.
I mean, I grew up on Well, I grew up on both, man. So it's like,
Okay, I got one even better for you.
okay.
DSV. What's that stand for?
You said ESP,
DSV.
CSV.
Sequest. You want to talk about a throwback? Oh, please tell me you've never seen Sequest and you've mentioned like a bunch of older stuff.
I'm trying to think.
Sequest.
For some reason,
Delta Sam Victor. It's the one where they were underwater and they had like the USS Enterprise. It kind of what didn't look like it, but they had a big old submarine underneath and they were underwater. They had a dolphin named Darwin. Yeah, it was basically
Good God. Yeah.
That was basically Star Trek underwater.
Jeez, man. I completely forgot about that. Completely.
Yep.
I was thinking
I used to love
Battlestar
the classic,
Galactica.
to be honest with you. Oh, the original. I'm sorry, that new spin-off?
Never saw
I
it.
didn't like it.
Never saw
The
it.
original? Oh, yeah. For what they were, Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica were way above their time. The stuff that they did back in, what was it, the late 70s, I want to say.
Uh-huh.
I forget when they were done. Helper would be able to call it out in a heartbeat, I'm sure. He's smart as can be. But back in the day, for what they did and the special effects, they were way above their time. That was pretty cool.
That's one of the things that I always liked about Star Trek, because it put like it wasn't so far into the future, and it was a much more like grounded, if you could say that or describe it like that.
Yeah.
Like more grounded in the possibility of like something real. And
that was kind of cool, the hologram. where you can sit there and put
No.
it, you know.
Yeah, now
Who would?
that thing is dangerous.
Well, yeah,
Because I mean,
definitely.
yeah, here's a program. You can be whoever you want, dress up any way you want, and do whatever you want to
Be with
whoever
whoever
you
you
want.
want.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's the fall of the human race right there. That's it.
I'm sure there's
Yeah.
there's safety measures involved to where nope, you can't do that.
I don't know. I've seen every episode like of Next Generation and most of the original, and then I've seen all the like the Discovery ones and all those other ones that branched off, and I never ever saw that being addressed. Like, obviously that should be addressed at some point.
Well, maybe that wasn't a thing back there then.
Well, I mean,
Or
even
you
like
could
the
fly around in
modern
a,
stuff wasn't, you know, why would this guy not
or you can
snap?
fly around in a flying car in like the Fifth Element. Or didn't they have another one? Oh shoot, had another spin-off of something like that. But yeah, the classic movies were actually pretty good. They used a lot of imagination and they put some thought into it. They didn't put it into a computer and say, "Oh, here you go, have a nice day." I like the realism and the work they and the effort that they did with the older shows that they did. I mean, yes, there was sci-fi and a little bit of this and that, but definitely didn't have the computers we have now.
Uh, Robert said Firefly was a good one, or Farscape.
Firefly, what? Yeah, that
Yep.
was a good one.
Just reminds me of Knight Rider for
Well,
some reason.
well, you know how they made the hologram or the transport in Star Trek or something like that. They actually had like glitter in a like a cup. I don't know how true this was. I saw a
It
video,
was, yeah.
and they
That's how
actually
they.
swirled it. They swirled it around, and that was the image for the
Yeah,
oh, what was that called? The trans no
it's transported.
the transport. Yeah, they swirled it around and dubbed it in, and and I was like, see, that's ingenuity. No computers involved, and just pure thought process. And I think we really need to get back to that. And I think that's why some of the movies aren't that great because there's effort, but I think they could be better.
Yeah, it's not the same as what it was. Everybody's put such an emphasis on visual effects that they kind of miss the main objective.
Sometimes I think it's too far out there. It's like really, and sometimes it just
Well, there's like that
I
one
don't
that
know. Sometimes we need to get to the basics. Anyway,
yeah, there
so
was
did you
one.
figure out your train transport?
I'm almost there. Like I got like two sections, and then the station, and then build the train and send it on the way, and hope like hell everything works. But I need
That
coffee.
coffee's finally kicking in. Yeah, I'm about done with my 30 ounce.
I'll be right
So
back.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna go
have
get
to find
some more
the restroom
coffee.
real quick. Okay. Okay. All right. I guess another question to his fans is, what method of travel have you guys traveled in? Airplane, I'm sure. Sea, spaceship. I mean, that's possible, I guess. Horseback. I miss horseback riding. But I guess what I was trying to say earlier is that definitely, if you get a chance to travel different ways and experience it via a vacation or traveling somewhere, definitely take that opportunity because it's going to be memories you just won't be able to forget. I've had the opportunity to horseback ride, ride on a train, um, different types of boats. Um, let's see, a bunch of planes. Had a few friends let me fly the plane that we were flying in. That was really cool. Helicopters. Um, just if you ever get a chance, just explore. Go do an air show, and it's pretty amazing. Definitely amazing. And definitely try to get into a steam engine train ride, because that definitely you will never forget. It I can't even describe it well enough. It's just a lot of fun. But yeah, that is for sure. Oh, and by the way, how's everybody's weather wherever they're at? Today where I'm at, it's mid 80s, overcast, and skies look like it doesn't know if it wants to dump on you or just tease you or have a good day. Nice, bright, and sunny. Gotta love days like this. Never know how to dress. Perfect. Just waiting to hear from.
And I'm back. Foggy, humid, warm. What?
Oh, I asked him a question.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay. I forgive
I asked
you.
him. Yeah. No, I was telling him about what was the different modes of transportation that they've traveled in, and then how's everybody's weather. Told him that it was mid 80 degrees, and the sky's overcast. Doesn't know if it wants to rain on you or if it wants to become sunny, or days like this, you wonder how to dress. So I was asking everybody how's everybody else's weather. So I can't see the live. Well, I could, but then that would be very bad considering I'm driving.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
Nah.
Just saying. You know, probably might not be.
I asked the question and realized, wait, I can't see the answers. I was smart.
Well, I can.
This will be back
So
soon
there
enough.
you go. Yeah. Just read a book, man. Cough.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And then we got new friends from Kenya, and what was the other one? Germany?
Yeah.
That were with us last night. That was really cool. And definitely, if you're following, it'd be cool to find out where you're watching from.
Yes, we need your address.
Put it in the live or in the chat. That would be awesome, because it's kind of neat, hearing that people from other continents are out there watching us.
Yep, we need your address, your credit card information, social security number. Just give it all to us.
Sure, get right on that.
We need your information. All of it.
You're horrible.
Mother's maiden name. Your marital status. We must know it all. Your relatives. That way we can send them YouTube invites as well. Just kidding, guys. That's a joke. Don't get all weird about it. Wow, I'm getting some serious frame hits all of a sudden. What in the world? I finally finished this. I got the route from A to B. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to set these. I mean, that's not even. That's just from A to B, and then I don't even have it hooked up to where the train depot is, which is going to somehow go around and then flip around. Oh, man. Okay. We can make it happen, though. It's no biggie.
Yeah, this little convoy, I guess, is going to be under 8 miles.
That's
Not
not
bad.
too bad. Yeah.
Nah. It's just a transfer. Making sure everything goes right.
I'm half tempted to set up a different. Let's try to, instead of trying to connect these two rail lines to each other, so you just got one main line. I'm half tempted just to create a depot for the second rail and run it independently until whenever.
Well, if you have independent lines, then it doesn't conflict with the other line. So,
Well,
and
eventually
that
they're
you
going.
have dedicated routes to each one, or no?
Well, the physical rail line is not connected, but it's going to
Okay.
need to be at some point. Like eventually.
Hey, Chris, in your travels, have you ever made it to Hawaii?
No.
Pretty place.
That is a bucket
Been there
list.
once.
I spent 6 months there on flight sim,
Oh, there you go.
running with
That's not the same.
virtual United States Air
Definitely not the
Force.
same.
Yeah. Helper said my social
Yeah.
is 42.
A what? What do you say?
My social is 42.
Gotcha.
That's why he keeps demanding everybody call him Moses. I don't know. That's weird. So how? Yeah, I'm sure I can make this happen somehow. Yeah, I could make it happen.
I think we were over in Waikiki, if I want to remember right. But I was there for not pleasure. I was there for work. So I tried to break away when I could to get in the water, and just didn't happen. So
It's on my
I
bucket
definitely
list.
would like to go back and experience the thing that I was kind of proud of is that they have a forget what the helicopter company is. I want to say Blue Hawaiian. Don't quote me. But I was able to talk to the people we were with and do a helicopter tour of the whole island, and was about an hour long, and that was really cool. Got to see see where the naval base was, and the ships that were underwater, and
Oh, you're talking
from
about the whole Pearl
yeah,
Harbor thing. I gotcha.
that was really cool. To where they actually went over the memorial, and seeing it from a bird's eye view, it definitely was so much better. And yeah, it was then went to the memorial, and being on the memorial on Pearl Harbor, I'll tell you what, it just seeing the bubbles bubble up, that's still bubbling up from that ship from God, how many years, and the soul's loss was just
See, my problem is
when I was up there, it just
I can't do that.
yeah.
I would love to go visit that stuff, but I don't know. It's too emotional for me. Just nope.
Oh, it definitely was.
Yeah, I can't. Just thinking about it, it's like, nope.
Yeah, I hear you there.
But yeah, and
It
Helper
was very
said,
emotional. It really was.
yeah, and Helper said, I'll take the infinite probability drive for my mode of travel. And no, you will not, because you already said Millennium Falcon. So you've made your choice. That is what you were stuck with for infinity. Sorry, buddy. No changing that one. This is getting off as far as the whole laying this track down, but I mean it's it's like you
Ooh,
don't.
those
It's not
clouds do
even like
not look great.
what doesn't look great.
The clouds I'm going towards.
Oh, they're just clouds. It's fine. It's fine.
They are very dark, like very dark.
That just means they got a bunch of water.
And you know the bad part is that an 85-degree day. Yeah, there's no chance in heck that I'm wearing rain gear. I will no.
No.
That's not happening.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna get wet. That's what's gonna happen.
You know, I'm.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, I was trying not to go that route, but you kind of went there. So
yeah, I don't know. I can't do that. It's almost like wearing a sweatsuit. Yeah, I'm not gonna wear rain gear. I just get a little. Now, if it's downpouring, then I'll. I guess I'll have to get the jackets out or the trench coat.
gonna be very difficult, but we're gonna make it happen. It's totally fine. I was able to connect it. The problem is with doing this stuff in a lot of the base game, when a train gets to point B and it's got to go back to point A, the base game will flip the plane or flip the train on the track. Like all of a sudden, because the engine always stays in the front no matter what.
Correct.
I got a mod.
Or you could do like some train lines do. They have an engine in the front and the back if they're doing a lot of like.
Well, that's what a lot of people
operations.
were doing, but I found a mod that just it forces once the train is set at a, it's one of those. This is what it is, and you're not changing it. So now I have added difficulty to find out a way to make this work and a place where the train can turn around. So you're not driving backwards the entire trip,
True. Just got an update. They're like, yeah, you might want to take your time and go get some breakfast. The D8 batteries are dead.
What? Well, that's going to be more than breakfast. I mean, unless you're going to replace the batteries, it's going to be out there for a while.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Somebody forgot to turn the cutoff or the battery cutoff. Oh, I'll stop somewhere and bring him some breakfast while they're working.
You never bring me breakfast while I'm working.
Hey, you know what? I could use a warm up on my coffee. Chop chop.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work like that. Pepper said you get wet from sweat in the rain gear more than if you just walked in the rain. Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Hey, bingo.
And
Yes.
at least the rain
you are
is
so correct.
Yeah, at least the rain is refreshing and cooling.
Yeah, that's always been like a mystery to me. Going, wait, has my rain gear leaked, or is that all sweat? I'm like, yeah. What was the purpose of putting on rain gear?
Exactly.
When you get just as wet because you're literally in a sweatsuit. Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm. Okay, time to set up the line. This will probably be the last thing I do before uh, I call it for the stream for now. But I think all the hundreds of thousands of people that have been watching to see how this progress, I'm not going to finish laying down all this track and hooking everything up and then be like, okay, next time, guys, and then never got to actually see the train roll down the track or see if it actually came to fruition or anything. So
I think it was kind of cool, the immersion of the train track arms across the roadways, the signals. They really put a lot of thought into that. Along with
yeah, a lot of that are mods. Lots and lots and lots of mods.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, lots of mods.
I bet.
Like lots, I mean hundreds of mods. But hey, it all comes together.
At least it's available.
Yeah, the actual crossing itself is in the game. The mod part comes in with like American crossings and different types of crossings and sounds of bells and everything. And that's all the modded things.
The sounds of the train sound pretty good. The D8 screams a little much, but I mean,
that thing was pretty, oh my god, that thing was
was screaming. You know what that reminded me of?
Huh?
A two-stroke diesel, like a true like highway diesel, to where climbing a hill and it just screaming away. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, that thing was.
They were two-stroke diesels for a while, weren't they? In the diesel electrics, and then they went to four-stroke.
I can't even remember. I
think they used to be two-stroke, and then they converted to four.
I think, yeah, GP7 was one of the earliest ones, and I mean that was like 900 horsepower. Yeah. But no, they had those little like single axle like shunters. The top speed was like 45 mile an hour. I can't remember what those were. Wow. What they called, but yeah, somebody on chat will know for sure. But let me so I've you already know you can adjust time on the game, like go from it starts off in the 1850s as far back as you can go, and you go all the way up to modern day. And correct. When I'm building these lines and stuff, I start out with 1850s, and every engine has got to be its own engine. Like you can like buy 100 of the same engines, but to me that's just, it kills the game. So what I do is, and it's hard for me to judge progression in time, because a lot of times time either is going too fast and I'm playing catch up, or it's not going fast enough, I'm sitting there waiting. So I came up with the rule, because I can actually, the game can run, but I can freeze time progression itself. So I freeze time progression, and then once I have, like, say right now it's 1865, there are 2 locomotives available, and I have both of those running. I could duplicate those and create a bunch of different routes and stuff, but what I do instead is I will literally fast forward like 1 year, 1 year at a time, until I get to the next locomotive that is produced, and then I'll add that one onto the line. If I need another line, I'll fast forward time till the next one gets produced. And it gives you a really good variety of different locomotives and a sense of the evolution of time. Yep, I just unlocked a ball.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, the time is still frozen, so I'm not like trying to chase it. So, 37 mile an hour, 386 horsepower, and definitely going to need coal. Only have one option. This could be horrendous, but you know what? I'm going to give it a shot anyway. Alright. We're going to run this line all the way to the to where he picks up the coal, and then I'm going to call it on the stream then. But we're at least going to check out the route. Add one tiny little thing here. So there's that. I forgot to put signals on this rail. There we go. And now we'll just see how things go. As a matter of fact, we'll do the whole first person thing. And I'm going to fast forward it just a little bit so we keep moving and not staring at a red signal the whole time. Actually, I do need to do something with this logging train. Edit the destination here to where they can do line 1 or 2 to get unloaded. Oh yeah, they're definitely turning a profit, so that's good. More of a realistic time speed here. Okay. Something about the acceleration is off on this thing. It's a little bit too quick. Well, it is empty cars, so. See how things go. Okay, so far it's not looking bad. You know, Helper, if you wanted, you could jump in here and on Discord if you had like questions about this and all that. Just say, I mean, you don't have to, but if there's something like information you want to know about it. And the thing is, it's not just trains. You got vehicles, you got planes, you got ships. It's pretty much all modes of transportation. So, I just really like the train aspect of it. The vehicle aspect of it is a little bit too unrealistic for my taste. I don't like having 18-wheelers with articulated tandems on their trailer. Just weird.
Well, thanks for having me tag along. I got to get a little bit of go-go juice and white tea, but I will definitely talk to you later, and you can hit me up on DC anytime because I'll be in by the phone. So let me take care of this and hit me up when you're done.
Alright, fine, I guess. Just
I know.
abandon me.
Give me crap.
All by myself. Alright. It's going to be one hell of a trip. I'm actually going to fast forward to the new section. I'm going to go from there. The profit on this thing is going to be amazing once it gets loaded and goes back. That's going to be crazy. I just hope these grades aren't going to be too much for this train. Yeah, even empty. This guy's starting to slow down. That's not good. I gotta figure out a way to flip this train around after it does deliver that coal. I do have a crazy idea. We'll see how it goes. This is where it'll drop everything off, and then I'll worry about turning this into an actual coal chute or an ore chute and all that stuff later. Just getting the actual line itself up and working and everything's set, and then I can work on aesthetic, side rails, all that good stuff. And we'll see what it looks like to go this way. I'm half tempted just to fast forward it to where it is loaded with coal and then go from there. That's like, if you guys watch the cab rides that I have on the channel that aren't the live streams, I'm going to fast forward this guy over to the coal and see if, let me see if it's even loading, started producing coal. Because it won't do it unless it actually detects the line. Yep, there it is. How much do we? 217. And we have the ships going as well. So I'll let it get loaded with coal, and then I'll work on, we'll do the cab view going back. Yeah, but if you watch my cab rides, every single train that I have as a cab ride, and every single train that you see in the game, none of them are solely aesthetic. Every single thing has a purpose. And it's like a real, actual rail line. This one's going to get interesting once we get into the bigger steam locomotives right before the diesel age. This is going to be pretty epic. A lot of times I end up just starting off in like 1950 instead of like 1850, because most of the stuff has to get edited for diesel lines, and the diesel trains get longer. You know, switches need to be adjusted, side tracks need to be adjusted, and yeah, and I just rather just skip having to upgrade things. Start off in the 1950s and you just add things. But I always miss a certain aspect of the whole steam locomotive age. And this one, I'm just gonna run with it, and we'll see how things go. I mean, I could actually, I could go ahead and call the stream, and then at some point this week, I can take this one route, add everything to it, all the aesthetics and everything, and then do an actual video of the cab ride of it, instead of you guys having to watch it on live stream, because that's going to take a while. And a cab ride on the way back is probably going to be at least 30 to 40 minutes at the very least, and we're already 3.5 hours in, so it'd be like a whole nother hour on the stream. So maybe I might just end up doing that. Yeah, I'll just end up doing that. We'll just watch this guy and fast forward, go up to the coal, because that was a bear. Because a lot of things are going to need to be edited. Like that bridge, texture issues, terraforming, because things don't line up perfectly. Yeah, she's doing 21 miles an hour right now, which isn't bad considering it's empty. I feel fairly confident that if this train was fully loaded going this direction, we would not be doing 20 at all. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, down here, take care of this. Okay. Because I definitely want the train to keep going forward. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I believe. It shouldn't affect that intersection. Nope. So what we do here, see what we got. 5463. Okay. Oh, 55 mile an hour junction. Yep, that works. What I'll do is I'll put this as a one-way signal. That means they can't come straight through here like they normally would. And they'll have to go around. Yep, there we go. So they'll actually come around, bam, and then when they're ready to leave, they just go straight out. So that's one of the junctions that is taken care of. Or one of the destinations taken care of that. And then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do on the other end. But so far we're good. It's not bad. There's an oil well right there too that we could utilize because main line goes right past it. Okay, we'll slow down to real time on this one. Yeah, all this is going to have to be adjusted. Every single minute. Have tempted to add a bunch more train wagons to this consist because right now I think it's got 100 capacity. It's not really new. And that's iron ore right there on the right. So technically I could remove the truck route for the steel mill and create a different route that's just for that runs along this track, but that puts two separate trains on one track. And I'm going to have to do a bunch of sidings, switch tracks and stuff so people can get, so the trains can navigate each other. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to add, let me see how many, he's got 15 of those cars, those gondolas. Maybe I could add at least another 15. Okay, so now we're 1,000 feet long. We got 200 capacity. Yeah, I don't think I want to go any further than that with this particular locomotive just yet. Fast forward down to the coal mine. That's going to be a lot of work. Especially to try to make it look realistic. And I can actually utilize this rail, I think, to connect two other cities. So there might be some passenger locomotives along this route too, which introduces a whole new level of complexity because you don't want passenger trains sitting if you can help it. I was actually even thinking about streaming, was it City Skylines? Or Skylines 2. Okay, so there's the coal mine. And we'll just see how this goes. I mean, it's definitely full of coal. It's overloaded. 353, we can only haul 210. So this might actually be a situation where we have more than one train on the route. I can see that being a thing. Things get full. And then I'll go to cab view, and you can see at the bottom left hand corner it shows me how much is being loaded. Yep, and as soon as it's fully loaded it takes off. Now we're going to see if this thing can actually handle the weight of that climb. Hopefully it works out. This is level track and it's doing fairly well, but I mean it's level track, that's different. I need to see what she's going to do once we start climbing. Fast forward a little bit here. This is where it starts climbing. So we'll see what happens from here. Excuse me. So far, it's holding steady. Nope. Speed's starting to drop. That's not good. It's 16 miles an hour. That's not good. But at least it's holding the speed. It's not. Once it starts dropping down like single digits, we're in trouble. But the fact that it's holding that's a very good sign. I was actually speeding up too, so. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. So far, so good. Okay, let me fast forward. See how this thing actually performs. It is definitely slowing down. And this is 10 miles an hour. It's full throttle. The beauty about this game, though, it's not going to allow it to come to a full stop. We may be climbing this hill at 2 miles an hour, or 1, but it won't do a full stop. It will climb it. It's just going to take a while. So rough. Just to give you guys an idea on how bad this is, we just look at this crossing as much as I can zoom in. I mean, it's still doing stuff, so I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, could you imagine just sitting here in your car, waiting for this train to go by? I was hoping we unlocked better crossings by now, but nope. Yeah, this would be horrendous, just sitting here waiting. Okay, let me fast forward it until we get to the top, and then go from there. And this would, just for this route to be good enough to record and post, it is almost days worth of editing just the scenery and stuff and making it look realistic. Oh my gosh, it's such a long route. But we'll see how things go. At 10 miles an hour. That'll all change since we get up to the summit. Definitely, as soon as another locomotive becomes available, I'm pretty sure it's going to have a higher top speed and a lot more horsepower. So I'll have to repurpose this current locomotive to a different route or something new. What's bad is I got this thing fast forwarded. So in real time, it actually looks like this. That's, yeah, no. I mean, once we get up to the summit, I can real time it, and then it'll actually be, the speeds and everything will be accurate. We have a free train crossings in town that actually stop on the tracks, blocking the highway. Yeah, that's annoying. I hate it when that happens. I know you misspelled that too, but I know what you were trying to say, so I got you. It's all good. $7 miles an hour does suck, but it's holding it at 7. So I would not exceed the wagon count with this very same locomotive. If we got a better one with more horsepower, I may be able to add more to it. You know. That's crazy. That far from it. Yeah, this is actually pretty horrendous. 7 miles an hour. But at least the train's not driving backwards, so that's good. And we should be approaching the summit after this crossing. I do believe. Oh yeah, she's starting to actually speed up too, which is good. Let it get to about 20, then I'll slow it down to real time. There you go. Now everything should be pretty much full speed through here. And there's going to be so many things that need to be adjusted aesthetics wise. Like all that down there below us has got to be a river. But it can't just be a river for aesthetics. I got to figure out where it's going to originate from. Is there going to be a lake there? Or, you know, there's a lot of stuff. I sat for 45 minutes waiting on to actually drive a longer route to work just to miss the possibility of getting stopped. Yeah. I've been there, done that too. That I actually had up in Chicago, sitting at the yard and ordered pizza, and like an hour and a half after I ordered it, I called them. I'm like, what's going on? And they said there was a train blocking the crossing and they were stuck there. And then I get out the truck and look down the road, and sure enough, there's a train blocking the road, and I watched the pizza delivery guy actually hop between the train just to give me my pizza. And I was like, that was really dangerous and risky, but I appreciate the extra effort, man.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, Sleepless, you are just the person I want to talk to. As soon as I'm totally in the wrong channel, but
Yeah, you are. That's fine, whatever.
yeah, you know I'm streaming and stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to you in a minute about something from earlier. But you're welcome to hang out if you want. Your audio is a little bit low.
It's because my mic's a little wonky right now.
Yeah, there you go. I can hear you perfectly now.
let me go on and tighten everything up. Okay. Now, you wanted to talk to me about
You went quiet again. What the hell? You're nice.
Do I have to get nice and close to my mic now?
Just stick it in your mouth. And then it's
Sticking
not.
in your mouth is crazy. Alright, there it is.
What?
You can be
I'm talking about
perfect.
the mic. What are you talking about?
You said stick it in your mouth.
Like up against your mouth. Like just the tip.
No,
What?
Chris, no. You can't
What?
say that.
You can totally say it. We're just talking about mics and stuff.
That's crazy.
Okay, yeah, but you guys kind of see, you get the gist of it, you know. And I'll get into fixing and editing and all this other stuff. I'm probably going to add a station down there where the ore is. Probably right there. I'm going to add a pickup for the crude oil right there because I'm going to need fuel at some point. There's a refinery right there. There's refineries everywhere. Yeah, but there's going to be a lot. And I might do this tomorrow morning if you guys are up for watching and you know, see what becomes of this because I have no idea. So, but we'll go ahead and call it there. We're right at almost 4 hours. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. And if you've stuck around this long, you probably need to hit that like button because I seriously doubt you hate this if you're still around 4 hours in. So, think of it more as a friendly reminder. Yeah. Friendly reminder. That sounds good. And if you don't mind, you can always subscribe. That way you get that, you know, notification whenever I got something popping up and, you know, suggesting videos and all that good stuff. What else do I need to cover? Oh, and definitely a thank you to everybody. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy the conversation and, you know, the fact that you guys take time out of your day to watch this when you can literally watch anything else on the internet. Seriously grateful. Like, I'll never be able to express the gratitude that I have for you guys enduring this whatever you want to call it. Yeah, label it whatever you want. I don't care. But yeah, thanks guys, and we will see you guys later at some point. I'm sure. I think maybe could happen. Who knows? All right. And as soon as I can